took my lip with a fistful of skull. 12-gauge cock, shift down low, bounce mud tars like a bass on a pole. Up ahead, something ain't right. It ain't a deer in my KC lights. Oh sweet Jesus, a city boy priest, slinging up mud. So I started singing, hey, city boy stuff. He's worthless as a 1-point buck. He never heard of a 4-wheel drive. Now he's spinning them tires. Hey, city boy stuff. Penny loafers didn't bring no love. Should I throw him a rope? Nope, hell no, not me. I'm rolling on by. Back and forth, the mud got thicker. Kick good dirt on his Democrat sticker. Running his mouth, getting all pissed. Well, you should have bought a car that you don't plug in. I got a shotgun, riding shotgun, no room to give him a lift. I pull over, crack a Cohen on his shoulder, and put in another dip. And yell, hey, city boy stuff. He's worthless as a 1-point buck. He never heard of a 4-wheel drive. Now he's spinning them tires. Hey, city boy stuff. Penny loafers didn't bring no love. Should I throw him a rope? No, hell no, not me. I'm rolling on by. City boy, I'm Earl D. Bush Jr. I'm a country boy. You're a long way from town to be running your mouth. See them smooth tires spinning like that? That's why we use nothing but mud tires, 4x4. You got your hair slicked back in your skinny jeans, collar popped up and your car's itty bitty. Better turn around and go back to the city. Whoa, whoa. You can pop that clutch, you can pop that collar. Whoa. I'ma pop this top while I holler. Whoa. You can pop that clutch, you can pop that collar. Whoa. I'ma pop this top while I holler. Hey, city boy stuff. He's worthless as a 1-point buck. Never heard of a 4-wheel drive. Now he's spinning them tires. Hey, city boy stuff. Penny loafers didn't bring no love. Should I throw him a rope? No, hell no, not me. I'm rolling on by. Put a good dip in, don't crack a cold one, don't fix a tree, don't rope stuff, don't shoot the gun, barbed wire tattoo, don't even go all the way around. Turn it up. I wake up, put a dip in, crack a cold one, put my boots in my overalls on. This is the country boy song. I like to gig frogs, like to gut hogs, like to swim in the creek with my bird dog. This is the country boy song. Chew it up, spit it out, crack a cold one and tilt it back. I'm tired of these city boys running their mouth. If the truck gets stuck, I ain't pulling them out. If you got a dip in your lip, help me sing along. This is the country boy song. I catch bass and cats with a rod and reel, kill bucks from the top of a windmill all day long. This is the country boy song. I fixed the tree, whittle sticks. My barbed wire tattoo gets me chicks. Of course it goes all the way around. I keep a 12 gauge by my waterbed, 'cause the next trailer over lives a meth head. And that ain't biscuits he's cooking.
What's up, y'all? I'm getting ready to upload a cobia video of all the cobia we caught this summer, and just want to show y'all some of the techniques that we used to catch all the fish you'll see on the video. We use a swim bait. It's got a lot of action, wiggles back and forth, and when you jerk it, it has flutters and moves around. Looks pretty much like a bait fish that they feed on. Pair it with this long shank jig head. That way you get a long part of the hook in there, and it's nice and thick. It's a nice, good made jig head. Like all jigs, you just run it through, halfway through the bait, halfway up the shank of the jig head, pop it out. Put it up there, good to go. Next thing, I love throwing are bucktails because they're so colorful. You can cast them a long ways. You can see them good when you're working them through the water, and watch how the cobia react to them. I like the bright colors, and I also like to try to match the color of the bait fish that are around as well. I always like trying to pair it with some kind of curly jig, like a 6-inch jig. And if it's too long, I'll cut it so it fits back there pretty good, just sticking out behind the skirt, and it just moves a lot of water as you're ripping it through the water column to get the cobia's attention. Another rig we use, J hook tied straight to your fluorocarbon leader, live bait, eels, bait fish, pinfish, baby croaker, baby spot, anything you can find swimming, hook it on there live. I'll tell you something about live bait. It goes for eels too. Cobia do not want nothing to do with a live bait if it's not trying to get away from them. If it's not trying to get away from them, all they'll do is run up to it, bump it with his nose, and turn around every time. You jerk your live bait, it'll come to it, but if that bait is not trying to get away from that fish, or acting erratic or acting crazy like it knows it's trying to be eat like it is in the wild, the cobia will not touch it. What I run Power Pro, and I run some other braid that I'll show you in a second. This is 80-pound Power Pro. Then I run fluorocarbon leader, and I probably make a 6 to 8 foot leader. That way I have plenty to cut off as my line gets frayed and I'm retying my hook. And what I use is the FG knot or the blood knot. The blood knot works really well also. Another thing, the rod I use is a Shimano, this right here, 7 foot, 50 to 100 class rod. Pair it with a Diawa BG 4500, and I also got the 5000, I believe. The reel is like 130, 140 bucks. The rod's 100 bucks. You hear a lot of people talk shit about the guys who use cheap reels like Pin Battles, and if your reel don't cost 300 or 400 bucks, they like running their mouth about it. But it doesn't take a $300 or $400 reel. It doesn't take a custom rod to catch a cobia. You can catch them just as good with this setup as the dude in the boat beside you that has a $700 setup. I got expensive rods, I got custom rods, I got custom reels. It's all, you know, in preference of what you want to use. The fish don't care what kind of rod you have, what kind of reel you have, as long as everything is presented right and they're in the mood to eat. You could have the best bait, the best rod, the best line, the best reel, the best boat, and if they ain't hungry, they ain't eating it. Plain and simple. Another rod that I use, it's got a lot of backbone, is this Andy Tournament Series 7 foot 20 to 30 pound class rod. This is paired with a Diawa BG 5000 60 pound Power Pro fluorocarbon leader. This is a little short because I had a lot of reties. Both of those rods gets the job done. We caught plenty of big fish on them this year. Never broke a rod, never had an issue getting a fish to the boat. This is the other kind of braid I use. It's made by Hercules. You can get it off Amazon. It comes in a variety of colors and sizes. So I run this in 60 pound as well. Never had an issue with it. Works just as good as Power Pro. These are a few of the bucktails that we use. A couple of different guys make bucktails around here. They do a great job. They're very well made. They hold up good, and the fish really like them. They make them in different sizes, different shapes, different colors, and some of them will actually custom make you some as well. Here's one I like throwing. It kind of looks like a menhaden. It's a pretty close resemblance to it. Maybe not close, but it's looks pretty good in the water. Dressed it with the big wide Kalin's curly tail, and it just moves a lot of water. It's a lot of flash, and these feathers that they use, they breathe really good, and it looks really awesome coming through the water. Like right now, you can see these feathers moving in the wind. These things move just like that in the water, coming through the water. Here's some of the other swim baits. Not only Cobia eat these, but if you see drums schooled up, you can throw these to the drum and they'll smash them too. This is one. This is another one. This is the same like the first one I showed you, the green one with the sparkles. Cobia love pink. And I like throwing different stuff that a lot of people might not be throwing, that the Cobia haven't seen a million times. This is another bait. It's light, so you can throw it, and it doesn't sink very fast. If they're like almost on the top, but not quite on the top, you can rip this across the top of the water. The tail splashing, making water, let it fall down in front of them and then jerk it back up. This little bait will catch a 60, 70 pound fish. We got these as well that we'll try. And like I said, I like trying things that the Cobia don't see or you don't see other people throwing. It's all about trying to be different, use different things to get different reaction strikes out of the fish. Sometimes you got to work the fish and get him to react strike if he's not hungry. And sometimes something they ain't seen a million times is what does the job. So that's basically about it. It's pretty easy. It's not rocket science, not very hard. You just got to find the fish, hope they're eating, plenty of sunshine, and just move around, cover a lot of water, and make good, accurate casts. Don't cast right on top of the fish. Don't cast over the fish. Try to always cast in front of the fish and work it back to him, or across. If the fish is coming this way, cast this way. Always try to bring it past their nose, work it to their nose. Sometimes you can get lucky and they'll spin around on it, but if you can bring it to them, it's a little bit better. Jerk it, watch the fish. If the fish ain't reacting to how you're moving your bait, change up your presentation. Jerk it, snap it, let it drop real far, because they will follow it all the way to the bottom and pick the bait up off the bottom as well. Jerk it, make it act funny, make it act weird, do different things. You know, make that bait just do all kinds of crazy stuff, and sometimes that's what they want. They'll react, strike, suck it up, game on. All right, appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Check you later.